Hello.
Hi everybody, how are you?
Hope everybody's doing great and we're celebrating. We just went and took our daughter out for sushi and she graduated high school today. It was official. And to all you graduates out there, congratulations, whether it's kindergarten going on to first grade or sixth grade going on to middle school or whatever it is, or middle school going on to high school, or even college graduates. We just wish everybody congratulations.
And the hope that we're talking about tonight is about congratulations. Because when we graduated from high school, we didn't have these things going on around us like having to stay home, not
like
being able
kids,
to actually show up for a congratulations time where the principal of the school is shaking your hand and saying, congratulations, you've made it. You've done something amazing. You've made it through 18 years of your life, and now you're made it through 12 years of school. Everybody's ready to be done with all that school. And the kids aren't getting that opportunity to really enjoy that opportunity, to really just have that in their lives. So for me, when I graduated, the biggest thing for me was all my friends cheering for me when I walked up to the podium. And I was in shock. I didn't realize that many people really cared, but the cheering was just amazing and it just really made me feel good. But it also gave me hope. They're not going to get that nice, what do they call, who's the person?
Well,
the valedictorian. The valedictorian doing this wonderful thing.
Right, but they're still getting stuff, and like they're doing these car parades and things like that. I thought that was pretty cool too. Like a lot of the neighborhoods, they said that they've been seeing these car parades going by people's houses of the kids that have graduated with, congratulations all over the car. You know what? We always come up with different ideas just to make it fun.
Yes.
And that's what's great. It is different, but it's still fun. We're going to look back on, yeah, that was an interesting time, The other thing is, like, Jay and I, we watched The Voice, and we just finished it the other night, and I don't know if you've seen it, but we're going to tell you who won. So if you don't want to hear who won, then
spoiler alert if you recorded it and haven't seen the end, so we don't want to spoil it for anybody.
But Todd Tillman won, and we're pretty excited about that because he is a pastor
of
a church, and he had eight children. I mean,
he has 8 children.
I know he has 8 children, and he's adopted some. And married for a lot of years. And what makes me really excited about him winning is that people in America, we chose the winner. Like, we did choose him. And what that shows me is that there's hope. There's hope in people knowing that this guy's a pastor. He has so much joy and so much light in him that they love that. They loved seeing that. And that's what we want to strive for in life, is to have that joy. And the only way that we can have it is through our relationship with Christ. And, right now, there's difficult times, and sometimes we struggle as a married couple. And sometimes we just need to focus on the hope that we have for tomorrow and live for today the best that we can. And, a lot of us are working extra hours or doing extra things, or some of us aren't even working and we're staying home or we're working from home. But, just look at the hope in the future and take today and enjoy it and what you have for today. And Todd, he just had so much, what do you call that? Contagious joy.
Yes, and and they were talking about how much he jumps around and he's always excited and everybody's looking at him and he just starts jumping because he just gets so much energy. And that man just has joy for the Lord. That's what he was showing. And he walked into that competition with nothing but prayers for telling him, Lord, this is on you. I give this to you. Let me show the joy that I have in my heart for you, Lord, and have it work in such a way that something dynamic like winning the contest. Now, who would have thought that a pastor who has a great voice and singing and all that with all these other competitors, ones who may be more talented in the sense that they know how to write songs and play the guitar like Thunderstorm did, and just amazing people, and yet he wins for multiple reasons. And I don't think it was just because of his singing. It was because of the joy,
the light that was in him,
who he is as a man and how he presented. his family and his wife, and his main song at the final competition is of singing about to his wife about how she's his inspiration and how his family is his inspiration and his family with God is his inspiration. And that was just amazing to us, and it was great that America voted him in and recognized it wasn't just the singer in this case, I believe.
Right. And that's what I really enjoyed, because, we see a lot of negative things out there, and I think that we all still hold on to the truth of the Lord and God and the light that he has, and, and the joy of the Lord and what we have with him in our hearts to change our hearts, and not, all this craziness that's going on in the outside, around us, but we do have that wonderful peace of God.
And how does a man like that have the peace and joy and everything he's got behind him all the time? He spends time in the Word of God. He spends time with God. He spends time in prayer. He's a pastor. He prepares his sermons, and he's still doing the same things he's always done. In this case, though, he had the time and opportunity to do something that was outside of being a pastor, because his church is relatively closed. He might be doing his sermons on Sunday like we see on our own videos with our own pastors in our own churches. But his joy is what was just contagious to everybody.
And infectious.
And we can be the same
way. It was
way.
infecting everybody around him. I mean, every time I saw him, I was just like, wow, that man is just not a mean or unhappy bone in his body.
Right. And through that relationship with Jesus, he showed us what we should be like every day. And yeah, we're going to have bad days, and we're going to have times where we don't feel so hot, and in these times, they need joy. The people around us need the joy. If you're the only one who's got the joy and you're the one who can present it, just do it. Look what he did. I don't know how much joy his kids have daily. I'm sure they have troubles. I'm not
we
sure
all do, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure that every parishioner in his church isn't joyful every day, but I guarantee you, when he shows up on that pulpit and he starts to talk, I think the joy just happens.
Well, even he's just was such a great witness to the judges. I mean, look at the judges, especially his judge. What was his name?
Not judge, coach.
His coach, sorry. Right. What was his coach?
What do you mean?
What's his name again?
Blake
Shelton.
Right.
Sorry, my mind went blank.
Well, that's okay.
Blake even said, I want to go to your church.
Right.
Like, I want to go hear you preach. And I think Kelly even said it too. I mean, that's how wonderfully he was as being the witness and the light of who Christ calls us all to be.
Right. And then we can be just like him if we just give it our own hope and our own joy, and give those around us that same joy that he has, because we have to go back and remember in our own roots when we first found God, when we first found Jesus, and keep that alive in us every day. It's amazing.
Right. And so we got to celebrate a lot of things this week, and we have a lot of hope. We have a lot of hope and celebration of joy and life, and
with the graduates.
Birthdays. I had my birthday, and then his sister just celebrated her 60th birthday yesterday.
Right.
And then Rachel's graduation today, and then we have Norm's birthday, which is his mother's husband. On Saturday, your stepfather on Saturday. So we have a lot of things to celebrate, and we just take each day and celebrate each day that comes to us. And there's so much hope, for so many things, and we're planting that seed for our children and everything else that's out there.
Yes, and I want to talk about the graduates for a bit. Graduates, you guys have a whole new world in front of you. Your life is starting off new. You come out of an education where you have somewhat knowledge out there. You've been in the world. You've been with a lot of people. You're going to go out there and start your careers, go to college, start your jobs. Just bring those joy and that opportunity to have that joy with everybody around you. With you as a graduate and a young person, you have all the energy in the world. Kimberly and I have some pretty good energy, but there are days where the energy just isn't there. And it's just graduating from your school. Just be glad that you did it. Be proud of yourself for doing it, and just start a life where everything's going to be new to you now. You may have a job, but you'll get more people getting you more career type work that changes everything.
Well, if you go out there with a good attitude and joyful attitude and a hard worker, and you're doing this for Jesus, and they see you do that, You will be promoted. You will move on. But just remember, always do what makes you happy. Don't do something just because, oh, that I'm going to make a lot of money doing that. You know, you always want to go for your heart's desires because you truly will be blessed in whatever you do.
It's true.
God has a purpose and plan for your life. But you are the people rising up right now that are going to take over when we're gone. And you need to just continue to spread love and hope and joy
and a light that you can be.
in such a crazy world that we live in. So we just hats off to you and congratulations and big hopes for your future. And we're here praying for each and every one of you. Next week is our anniversary. We are celebrating 26 years. So we won't be on next week, but then we'll come back in June and we'll just start up again. And we hope you guys have a wonderful week and enjoy your families while you're celebrating.
And have a great Memorial Weekend.
Oh yeah, Memorial Weekend. Thank you for your service for everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, take care everybody. Bye.